The night sky above Kareth Prime burned red, not from the sunset, but from the endless bombardments. The capital city, once a shining jewel of alien architecture, was a ruin of twisted glass and glowing ash. Human and alien forces had clashed for months, and now there were barely any humans left to fight. I was one of them. My name is Captain Darius Holt, last surviving member of the Earth Expeditionary Unit, stationed in what used to be the Alien Palace District. My orders were simple: hold the line until extraction. But extraction wasn't coming. The comms were dead, the air thick with static and radiation, and the ground trembled from orbital strikes that had missed their marks. And I was alone, or so I thought. Part 1. The Last Human. The silence was the worst part. The kind of silence that screamed louder than any explosion. I leaned against a shattered column, my plasma rifle humming weakly. The power cell was nearly dry. My armor's HUD blinked in warning. Life support at 17%. I should have given up. But humans have a strange habit of fighting long after hope dies. That's when I heard it. The metallic echo of footsteps approaching from behind. I spun around, weapon raised, ready to face whatever scavenger or soldier was stupid enough to come near me. A tall, armored figure emerged from the smoke. The silhouette was unmistakable. A Carethian guard, one of the alien queen's personal protectors. My finger hovered over the trigger. Human, a low, resonant voice said, distorted through a translator. You are alone. Her armor gleamed, scratched but intact, black with faint violet circuitry running through it. As she stepped closer, I could see the faint shimmer of her translucent skin beneath her helmet, glowing faintly from within. I could say the same about you, I replied. Your army's gone. She paused, her gaze unreadable behind her visor. Not gone. Scattered. And lost. We stood in silence for a long moment, both battered remnants of armies that no longer existed. Then she deactivated her weapon and knelt beside me. You are injured. I blinked in disbelief. You're helping me. My name is Serica, she said. And no, human. I am not helping you. I am following my queen's last command, to protect the living, no matter their origin. Part 2. The Broken City. We moved together through the wreckage. Serica's stride was long and graceful, her armor servos humming softly. I limped beside her, wincing at every step. My leg had been hit by shrapnel days ago, and without proper medgel, I was running on stubbornness alone. Your people destroyed much, she said quietly as we passed a collapsed dome. But my kind, we were no better. I didn't start this war, I muttered. She glanced down at me. No. But you're finishing it. We reached what was left of a garden, or rather what used to be one. Charred stalks, glass dust, and pieces of alien statues scattered among the rubble. Serica stopped beside a fallen tree-like structure and knelt. She touched one of its broken limbs gently, as if mourning. This place, she said softly, was where the Queen's Guard was sworn. I took my oath here. I studied her carefully. There was pain in her voice, but not anger. Something deeper, almost human. Why stay? Yes. You could have escaped. She turned her head slightly toward me. And leave my world to die alone. Her words struck me harder than I expected. We set up camp inside the broken remains of a ceremonial hall. I scavenged what little energy cells I could find, and Serica repaired my armor's breathing system with tools built into her own suit. When I asked why she was helping me, she only said one thing. You are not my enemy anymore. Part 3. The Enemy Returns. 2 days passed. We had settled into an uneasy alliance, 2 survivors in a dead city. But peace never lasted long on Carith Prime. On the third day, a Carithian patrol ship swept over the ruins. Not friendly, not hers. Rogue warlords who refused to accept the ceasefire orders. Their scanners picked up our heat signatures instantly. "They're coming," Serica said, rising to her full height. "How many?" "Too many for you to fight alone." "Then it's a good thing I'm not alone anymore." Her helmet turned toward me, and though I couldn't see her face, I felt the faintest trace of a smile behind that visor. The patrol descended. A dozen armored soldiers, weapons drawn. I crouched behind a column, rifle primed, while Serica stepped forward, standing tall and proud before her own kind. "Stand down," she commanded. Her voice thundered through the comms. "By the code of the Royal Guard, this territory is under my protection." One of them laughed. "The Queen is dead. Her code means nothing." Serica's tone darkened. "Then you have no honor left." The firefight erupted before I could blink. Plasma bolts tore through the ruins, scorching stone and steel. Serica moved like lightning, deflecting energy blasts with her shield, her halberd cleaving through enemy armor. I took cover and fired in bursts, hitting two before my weapon overheated. But there were too many. Serica took a blast to the chest and stumbled. I ran toward her without thinking, tackling her behind cover as another volley hit. "You're hit," shouted. "Armor breach," she growled, pressing a glowing hand over the wound. "Minor." But it wasn't minor. Her biofluids shimmered faintly, spilling onto the floor. Something inside me snapped. I grabbed her fallen halberd, heavier than any human weapon, and charged out into the open. The aliens hesitated, shocked to see a human wielding one of their sacred weapons. I swung with everything I had, striking the ground and sending out a crackling wave of plasma. Two of them fell instantly. When I looked back, Serica was beside me again, bleeding but fierce. "Together," she said. "Together," I answered. We fought until the last of them fell. Part 4. The Aftermath. The silence returned, but this time it felt different, like a wound finally closed. Smoke drifted through the ruins, illuminated by the first rays of dawn breaking through the crimson clouds. Serica sat against a pillar, breathing heavily. I knelt beside her. "You saved my life." She gave a faint, weary laugh. "I think we saved each other." Her helmet hissed as it retracted, revealing her face for the first time. Smooth, luminous skin with faint markings that glowed in rhythm with her pulse. Her eyes were deep violet, sharp yet soft, studying me with strange intensity. "You humans," she said softly, "you fight even when you cannot win. It is admirable." "And you aliens," I replied, "you feel more than you admit." Her lips curved slightly. "Perhaps." We sat there for a long while, surrounded by the ruins of two civilizations, enemies by design, survivors by choice. Then she said something I'll never forget. "My people will rebuild one day. But when they do, I will tell them about the human who stood with me, not as an enemy, but as an equal." I swallowed hard. "You think they'll believe you?" She looked up at the sky. "They will have to. Because the future won't survive without both of us." Part 5. The last transmission. Weeks later, the human rescue fleet finally arrived. I could see their ships descending through the ash clouds, scanning for life signs.